going through, what is this book going to be about? The one thing I did not want it to be, and I know you didn't want this to happen either, was it to be some motivational fluff book, because people need to understand what actually is going to happen to them along the ride. So you introduced this character, this person that during one of your businesses, she came to you and she was wanting to be an entrepreneur and she had the money, but you knew that she was not going to be a success. So you actually told her you didn't think it was a good idea, and you lost a sale. That was money that was going to come to you. So knowing that you did that, it really impacted you during that moment. I would love for you to tell people what are the great things that you need as an entrepreneur, but what are the things that entrepreneurs have that they need to work on as well that could actually hold them back?
In that situation, I was in having to meet sales quotas, and so was probably pushing too hard. And I realized it. It was a moment of clarity. And I knew that this woman didn't really want to do what it took to be successful. She just saw the rosy picture that I had painted. And I knew what it would take for her to make it a success. And I knew that that's not what she was signing up for. And I could have taken the money and gotten a sale, but that was a moment of integrity for me. And that's when I realized, you know, maybe this isn't the path that I want to pursue. Now that I know that I'm capable, can I use these capabilities to do something really positive? And so that was that moment, that story. But I believe that all humans are capable of entrepreneurship, all of them. It's natural to be independent. It's natural to be industrious and goal-oriented, but it depends on your upbringing to determine your perspective, okay? So like, I grew up with an entrepreneurial father. My wife grew up with a father who was an employee. The idea of entrepreneurship was the last thing to be considered. Get a great education. She's one of 7. They all have high, multiple degree university educations. And so that was her framework. So the idea for her of even being an entrepreneur is difficult. But you can change that, because inside you is that spirit to be independent, to be industrious, to want to be in control of your destiny. But you need a new perspective. You need new framework. You need to see other people like you who have stepped out and have become successful. That's part of what it is that I'm trying to do through the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, is to show you through my experience and through the experiences of some of my friends and some of the people you can see in Success Magazine. They started out just like you, scared, nervous, not knowing what the heck they were doing. And they saw that ultimately, with persistence and some hustle, that they could be a success. The only difference between whether one goes on and becomes an entrepreneur and does it successfully and the one that stays back into the herd and does what society has been training them to do is courage. It's courage. And if giving you the framework of other people who've been where you were at, who've stepped over the line, become courageous for a moment to get started, get in the car. Yes, it will be terrifying. Yes, it will be thrilling. Yes, it will be exhilarating, but it's worth it. You know, we had Steve Wynn on the cover of Success Magazine recently, and one of the things that he said that riveted me, he says, you know, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, there will be dark days. There will be lots of dark days. There will be more dark days than there will be good days. But the few good days, they're so good. And it's so worth it. And that's really, in a nutshell, the experience of being an entrepreneur. Because it's living. It's sort of experiencing the zenith of what's possible, creative, and capable for you. In those moments of seeing that in yourself, nothing like it.